Oh, it's hot outside. Like, need to dip your toe in the water kind of hot. People in Golden found relief today by sticking their feet in Clear Creek. It's always nice and cold. Thanks for joining us at 4 o'clock. I'm Kim Christensen.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. We have got near record heat today, and we want to find out all about it. What's going on outside? Because we're also talking about extreme fire danger. So let's get to the lady with all the answers, Chief Meteorologist Kathy Saban.
Hey, Alex, good news. No records for Denver yet, but the wind and temperature continue to increase. We had a weak front slide in here this morning that dropped temperatures down, and now they're rebounding again. This in the middle of our peak severe weather season when we're typically tracking severe thunderstorms each and every afternoon. Instead, we're tracking elevated fire danger and rapid snow melt in the high country. And so the wind has also been a big piece of the story today, with gusts to almost 80 miles per hour along the Front Range. That just takes all the moisture out of the atmosphere. So we've got triple-digit highs in southeastern Colorado, anywhere from 100 to 104 degrees, low 90s in downtown Denver, and several hours of daylight to go. So those numbers could certainly soar. It's so dry out there. The wind is of prime concern, continuing to blow out of the west and northwest. That is a downsloping flow. So half our state under fire weather warnings through at least 8 o'clock tonight. And that's because we've seen those gusts exceed 50 miles per hour, and we have humidity values in the single digits and lower teens. And as we look at the futurecast, very little in the way of cloud cover, let alone moisture. So second cold front is on the way tonight. That one's going to bring a big dip in the temperature for us tomorrow, which is great, and hopefully some lighter winds. But right now, it's all about the fire danger. We're going to detail that forecast coming up and look ahead to Father's Day weekend and the summer solstice in just a bit.
Thanks, Kathy. Deputies in Chaffee County are searching for someone they say purposely tried to start a forest fire. The sheriff's office says on Sunday, National Forest Service firefighters found 3 trees that had been burned and called detectives. They found an accelerant had been used, likely gasoline, to burn at least 3 trees. Fortunately, that fire burned itself out. But if you know anything that could help with the investigation, call the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office.
Today, the military released the names of the 8 people who were killed this week when a B-52 bomber crashed shortly after takeoff from Edwards Air Force Base in California. Among them is Miles Middleton, Colorado State grad. Middleton was an Air Force veteran. He served in Afghanistan and received several accolades during his time as a service member. He's survived by his wife, 17-year-old daughter, and 12-year-old son. The Air Force says the bomber was on a routine test mission when it suddenly went down. Investigators are looking into the cause of the crash, though it may take up to 6 months before they release their initial findings.
Flock's contract in Fort Collins is done. Last night, City Council voted to cut ties with the automatic license plate reader company, ending the contract early.
Yeah, now, the city joins Denver and Longmont in their decision to move away from Flock as well. This is a tool often used by law enforcement. 9 News' Northern Colorado reporter Amanda Gilbert spoke to city leaders about the decision and what comes next.
We're all navigating changing technology. In Fort Collins, people started raising concerns about a newer technology in town.
Flock Systems has been presented as a license plate lookup tool.
Mayor Emily Francis says for 6 months, people were mainly speaking out against the automatic license plate reader, Flock.
Powerful surveillance tools need oversight.
About who has access to the data, who has access to the cloud on which these images are stored and used by Flock.
After City Council voted to end the contract Tuesday, Fort Collins Police Chief Jeff Swoboda says some changes were immediate.
And so here we heard from many people that didn't like the idea of a privately owned company taking pictures of license plates and storing that information for 30 days. And so we were able to that night remotely just stop, getting the data.
Fort Collins has only had a contract with Flock for a little over a year.
We've been operating for more than 100 years without Flock. We'll be just fine.
The city's now navigating how or even if it wants to work with another surveillance company.
Because technology is changing so rapidly, we didn't want to just go with a different company and then have the same issues or concerns from the public.
City Council's working on a surveillance policy to outline what it's looking for in the future. Fort Collins police say the city only owns 14 of the 50+ Flock cameras in town. The rest are privately owned. So this only impacts those 14. And the police say it's going to take some time just navigating how to take these cameras down, but they're no longer collecting data. Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
Denver Parks and Recs wants you to be more careful on the city's bike trails. They say trails can get really busy in the summer with people walking, skating, and biking. And they say as the weather gets warmer, the kids, of course, are out of school. That means more people are on the trails. They want you to follow the rules, be courteous to others, especially when those trails are crowded.
Got to remember to share the trails. Everybody's out here trying to enjoy themselves, and especially when you're downtown, slow down. If you're a little bit further out and the trails are less crowded, it's a little bit easier to pass. But really when you're downtown, just slow down, enjoy the scenery, and make sure everybody gets around safely.
They say all of the trails have a speed limit, whether you see a sign or not, of 15 miles an hour. Trail rangers start with a verbal warning and then a written warning, but a first offense starts at $100 and they can go up to $500.
We're in the final days of our 9 Cares Colorado Shares Drive, and we are getting closer, so close to our goal of $350,000. That would be enough for 1 million meals.
So far, we're really close. We're at $300,000, but of course, we want to get to the end zone there. We want to make it all the way. We need your help. 9 News reporter Jennifer Meckles is at the food bank of the Rockies in Aurora, where every single dollar makes a difference.
Yes, it does. And they can do a lot more with that money, guys, than you and I can just going to shop at the grocery store. They can take $1 and stretch it into 3 meals for people in need. And need is the thing that we really want to hone in on when we talk about this today as we get so close to our goal. We're about $60,000 away, guys. I know as a community we can do that. So joining me today, I have Erin Pulling, CEO of Food Bank of the Rockies. Thank you for being with us to talk about this need, because you guys really understand this better than the average Joe. But there's a few things that create need in the summer that are different, and also year to year. So first of all, kids, they're not in school right now. They don't have school lunch and breakfast.
Yeah, kids often families depend on those meals, and kids aren't receiving those. So we're making meals in our kitchen here, getting those out to kids in need while serving more families than ever. And you talk about year over year, we had a big reduction federally in SNAP or food stamp benefits in the fall. So we are seeing a tremendous increase in the number of families we're serving at our more than 700 hunger relief partner organizations and our direct mobile pantries.
Yeah, I think you told me earlier at those mobile pantries specifically about 20% more people are coming through right now looking for help.
Just over last year, big increase in need. And that increase is expected to continue.
Okay, that's pretty sobering. The other thing too is just like all of us at home, when we go buy groceries, it's more expensive these days. It's only getting pricier. You guys are seeing that too as you do the work you do to then provide to the community, right? Like the costs of doing this are harder.
Yeah, so we bring in just food that we're purchasing outright. Fresh produce, other nutritious food, we're spending millions of dollars on food. But in addition to all the money that we have budgeted and planned for, we're spending an additional $150,000 every single month right now, combination of unplanned inflation and increase in fuel costs. That's in addition to what we're already spending the millions on fuel and freight and food. So that's money that we are turning to the general public to help us fund so that that money can come from those donations and not reduce the quantity or the quality of food we're providing.
Erin, thank you for kind of helping us explain the need here in our community. And guys, I know you've heard it before, but we're so close. We're so close to that $350,000. We're running this campaign through the end of the week. And I know you're going to tell people where they can go to help donate, but there are many, many ways you can help and also learn about the recipients of these dollars. So that if you are just curious what food banks are doing, you can see exactly where that money is going. Ladies, back to you.
Yeah, that's important to learn about everybody. We think of families, we think of kids, they're the elderly, and then people that just have that unexpected crisis in their life, you know? No one knows what tomorrow can bring.
It's true. Jenny, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Our 9 Cares Colorado Shares Drive runs through this Sunday, the 21st. You can scan this QR code right there. I'll take it to the donation page. You can also donate when you're checking out at King Soopers. And again, you can find all this information on our website, 9news.com/9cares.